Hello friends. Today is Sunday, November 3rd. Time is around 12 noon Pacific and the temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit here in sunny San Francisco. Welcome. Potrero Hill neighborhood, folks. The Potrero Hill neighborhood, home of the famous baseball player Tony Lazzeri, born in 1906, the year of the great earthquake. And had an amazing career with the New York Yankees. And we are in at the baseball field here, fittingly enough, at the corner of Mariposa and Arkansas. And so let's explore the Potrero Hill neighborhood today, which is a pretty big neighborhood. There's at least 8 or 9 blocks in the north-south direction. It's right beside the Mission District, right on the east side of the Mission District, and the Highway 101 freeway separates the Mission District from Potrero Hill, so Mission is on the west side of 101. This isn't one of the more popular neighborhoods, not really one of the more talked about neighborhoods, but I think it's mostly residential. And from what I've seen so far, it's very hilly, and so that's why they call it Potrero Hill. So let's walk down Arkansas Street, I believe, maybe Avenue. This neighborhood is famous for having streets named after different states. So we'll see some different. I think that's pretty cool to have names after different U.S. states. So we'll see a few different U.S. states on this walk, I think, here on the street signs. So we have some nice housing here. A mixture of old and new. This is like a condo development here. But this is a very, I wouldn't say it's upscale. It's upscale, but it's not like super expensive neighborhood. I think it's sort of an upper middle class neighborhood. As we reach 18th Street, I believe the neighborhood goes about from 25th to 16th Street. As you can see, a very steep hill here on 18th. We're seeing a kind of a mixture of stores on the first floor with housing here, apartment buildings and condos on the second floor, so that's nice. I'm of the philosophy that if you're going to build an apartment building, the first floor should always be commercial. Now we're walking up a very steep hill, and maybe I'm kind of getting a sense as why Potrero Hill is not one of the more popular neighborhoods to come to, because it's so hilly, it looks like. I'm not the only one that doesn't like walking up and down hills, okay? Like the people of San Francisco, to be honest with you, I really don't. I think most residents do not love walking up and down the hills. Some beautiful, maybe Japanese maples these are. I'm not sure exactly what type of tree they are, but No, I don't think they're Japanese maples, but they kind of look like them. But the leaves are not maple. I know what a maple leaf looks like. Oh yeah, this is a very steep neighborhood. This is a very steep neighborhood. No wonder it's we've reached 19th Street. You know what, I really do not feel like walking up this massive hill right here, so I'm gonna hang a left on 19th and see what's on 19th. It's also hilly, but not as bad. The car can barely stop because they're going down hill so fast. Even the Tesla had trouble. He had to hit his brakes. Most Tesla, you don't have to hit the brakes. You just let go of the accelerator and it stops. Actually, this is a good street to come down as I'm now seeing a very beautiful church here. This is St. Teresa of Avila Catholic Church. St. Teresa of Avila is a very famous saint in Catholicism. She's from the medieval age. I'm sorry. She's from the medieval age. So we have a magnificent view of the city here. Wow. 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 St. Teresa of Avila and her sort of her partner, not husband, but like spiritual partner, was St. John of the Cross. They were both like spiritual philosophers of the church. Very famous saints. So Potrero Hill clearly has nice views of downtown. We're coming up to Missouri, or as Missourians pronounce it, Missouri. Missouri. We're here in 19th and Missouri, and so we'll see a lot of these state names coming up. 19th Street is also known as Peter Salmon Way right here. And check that out. The beautiful Salesforce Tower. You do not get a much better view of the Salesforce Tower or even the downtown core than this, my friends. Potrero Hill apparently is the place to be, folks, when it comes to views. This is a hidden gem up here. Nobody ever talks about Potrero Hill. Nobody knows much about Potrero Hill, but if they knew about the views, I think it would be a lot different. Talks about Russian Hill and Pacific Heights, but Presidio Heights and all these places, but I think, well, the location of this is a little different. This is southern end of the city, southeastern end of the city, like I said, right beside the Mission District. All those fancy places like Nob Hill and Russian Hill, and they're all up north, kind of like closer to the Presidio and Golden Gate Park. The Marina District's also very, very, very nice, but you don't get the views like you do here. Look at this. Look at this. I just peeked the second most famous bridge in this city, the Bay Bridge. That's the beautiful Bay Bridge that connects San Francisco with Oakland. And then, yeah, here on Texas Street, this is Texas Street we've just arrived at. You've got the view of the century here. This is a Texas-sized view, my friends, of downtown. You can see absolutely everything from here. Wow. Wow. Look how nicely framed that is with the Salesforce Tower. Woo! I might have to take a thumbnail here, folks. Wow. This is the corner of Texas Street and 19th, folks. Cars are coming. I was in the middle of the road there. Who knew you had such amazing views here from Potrero Hill neighborhood? I had no idea. I really had no idea. Let's check out Texas Street. This is where it's at. Look how high we are. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Looking behind me, so in case there's no cars, again, I'm standing in the middle of the street. But this is a very residential neighborhood. I mean, this almost reminds me of like Billionaires Row area. Like, it's so beautiful up here and quiet and magnificent homes. Not the same type of homes as you see in Billionaires Row, absolutely not. But these are very nice stucco homes. These are very nice stucco homes, and this corner one is a big house. I'd call that a mansion. I would call that a mansion. That's a very big home right there. Here on Texas Street. Everything's bigger in Texas, they say. This flat area right here at the top of this hill, I don't know if this is considered to be the actual Potrero Hill. I mean, it's an entire neighborhood, but maybe there's one hill that's named Potrero. I'm not sure, but feels like the top of the world up here, folks. I am liking Texas Street a lot. I'm going to take one more view of downtown from here before we continue. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the Salesforce Tower so clearly from such a distance. Even from downtown, you can't see it that clearly. It's obscured, you know, by other buildings and whatnot. But here, it is just right there with all of its phallic symbolism and power, right? Isn't that what skyscrapers are all about? They have a sort of phallic symbolism, which comes from ancient times. And domes have more of a feminine symbolism. So now we'll walk down the hill. these bikers are just flying right through this stop sign. That's one reason why people really do not like cyclists sometimes. I mean, I'm just letting that car go, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. I don't know. Let's not get into it. But I'm seeing a little bit of a hill up here. So let's check out what kind of views they have up here. I mean, this looks like a little bit of a clearing before I go back down to civilization. I can only imagine the crime rate up here. It must be zero because crime doesn't climb, folks. I mean, for all those guys who are going to break into cars and who are going to mug you and who are going to break into stores, they're not going to walk all the way up here. No way. They might drive, but probably not. We'll stick to the Mission District in Selma where it's all flat. Tenderloin. You won't find a hill in Tenderloin, I can assure you that. As we reach Mississippi Street, 20th and Mississippi. And yes, Mississippi has great views as well of the San Francisco Bay. The beautiful San Francisco Bay. Let's continue downwards. Oh boy, this is steep. This is steep. Luckily, I'm going. There's a sign there that says park at 90 degrees. Okay, that's because this hill is so steep. Curbing your wheels won't even help. They want you to park at 90 degrees like this. See? So there's no chance of you rolling down the hill if your wheels fail, if your brakes fail. Yeah, everyone's parked like this, so they have no chance of, because yeah, that would be extremely dangerous if a car all of a sudden lost its, you forgot it. Even if you curb the wheels, it still might not work perfectly on a hill like this. Gravity might say too bad and still take the car with it, and then next thing you know, there's kids playing down there and there's a wild car coming down at 60, 70 miles an hour by the time it gets down this hill. The gravitational pull of the Earth is 9.8 meters per second squared. You do the math. We have a driverless car who has absolutely no problem driving around here. And these beautiful red eucalyptus trees, red gum eucalyptus trees with their very delicate, soft red needles. I call them needles, but are needles hard or soft? I don't know. Nice color on that house. Interesting decor. I am very, very, very impressed with Potrero Hill. Never been here, to be honest. Never even really drove through this neighborhood, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. The views are aplenty. Perhaps the best in the city, to be honest with you. I don't think the view from Nob Hill is as good as that. You can't see the entire skyline like that from Nob Hill or from Pacific Heights. You can see the bay, and you can see the, you know, and from Seacliff you can see the bridge and all that, Golden Gate Bridge, obviously. But we just saw the Bay Bridge there. But I don't think you have views of the skyline like that from anywhere else in the city. Wow. This I did not know. So I'm just as surprised as you guys watching this video. And I bet you a lot of locals don't know, because you never hear people talk about Potrero Hill. Neighborhood, I mean, in terms of the views and stuff, and nobody ever talks about it. So we have a lot of commercial activity like the Mission District. There's some, I'm seeing restaurants and stuff here and there. These people are eating outside and enjoying life. Certainly there's more than there is up in like Nob Hill, and Pacific Heights only really has one street that's you know, busy. Let's see. So let's go this way. Seems a little bit more flat for now. You can see where I walked from just now. Cute little wind chimes. Some very nice trees here. These could be ficus trees, but don't quote me on that. Could also be some sort of birch, perhaps. I'm just judging by the bark, but I don't know. I'm not an expert in trees. As we reach Pennsylvania, let's head down Pennsylvania. I believe this is kind of the edge of Potrero Hill. Even here they're telling you to park at 90 degrees. The road's so wide here that they have space to park at 90 degrees. Right? They made these roads very nice and wide, so you can have cars on both sides parking at 90 degrees and still have 2 lanes of driving. Look how wide these roads are. Great job on Pennsylvania and all these other states that they created over here. I don't know when this neighborhood was planned out, but they didn't, they didn't go narrow on the streets, that's for sure. These are 4 lanes essentially. There's the highway. That's the 280 and the 101 you can get on it. Well, that's the 280, but the junction to the 101 will be up there. Very large condo development over in that neighborhood, which I believe is like Mission Bay. I believe that's Mission Bay over there. And no sidewalks here, just dirt, surprising. Today's a very nice day for walking. Sunny, breezy, and mild. You can see the elevation clearly there, right? Of those hills that we were just on. I mean, it's like, it's just like a flat drop. It's like basically a 90-degree hill. I don't know if they flattened it like that and made it like that, or it's just naturally like that. Who knows? This is the food bank. For people that are in need of food, you can come here and they'll help you out. You can donate food there. It's a large building. It's a little industrial-ish here, obviously. Anytime you're close to the highway, you're gonna have kind of more of an industrial feel rather than a residential feel. So it looks like Potrero Hill, you know, they're kind of squeezed in between two highways. They've got the 280 here, and I mentioned before that district is separated from Potrero Hill by the 101. I can show that part because it's over on the other side, but it's kind of squeezed in between these two highways. So it's maybe that's one reason why people don't really come here much, but it's quite cool if you ask me. Okay, and this is 25th Street. This is where the neighborhood ends, and if you keep going straight, you just get right onto the 280 up there. Well, this is where the border of the neighborhood is, and now we're gonna have to make our way back up. Let's go, folks. Let's go back to our close to our starting point anyways. And yes, after a while the legs do burn, in case you're wondering. Definitely some of the steepest hills in the city. Not sure what building that is. This is Texas and then Dakota. Let's go downhill for one more block and then we'll turn right. I wonder if that's the same driverless car or another one that came into this neighborhood. See how steep it is if I keep going straight, but I think we're going to take Connecticut right here and make our way back to 16th Street. If it goes back to 16th Street, I do not know. Looks like cheaper apartments here. I don't think these guys have broken windows and boarded windows and stuff. Oh, maybe there's some renovations going on, perhaps. I'll turn the camera. I won't record you. No way. I'm making a YouTube video. Just walking around the neighborhood. I've never been. It's so hilly here.
What's your YouTube?
West Coast Walker. Thank you. Appreciate you.
West Coast Walker?
Yes. You guys want to say hi? No. Okay.
It's all good.
All right. This is so hilly up here. How do you guys deal with this?
Well, we've been walking this shit for years.
Good point.
It'll get you a good, you know. Yeah.
Awesome.
Enjoy the walk, brother.
Thank you, gentlemen. West Coast Walker. On YouTube. Yep. I do live streams and make walking.
How far you go? How far you walk?
I'm doing about almost an hour today.
But I'm saying, how you travel, right?
I've traveled to Vegas, Toronto, and other places. Haven't traveled much in California yet, but I will. I just started my channel a few months ago. All right, see you guys. Wisconsin now. Star King Elementary. Nice building there. Looks like a very new school. All right, here we go. The folks around here are used to it, I guess. But these hills are no joke here in Potrero Hill. Drug-free zone. See how far down it goes. Hood, huh? Wow. I don't think I've done this. Sorry about the heavy breathing. I think at my age, the body's just not ready for this yet. I guess I'll have to keep going a few more months till I'm used to it too, right? Once you get over that hump, you can really feel yourself going downhill. seeing the gorgeous Salesforce Tower here and the entire city skyline from Wisconsin Street and 22nd. You're not going to beat those views of the whole skyline. I don't think there's a neighborhood in the city that has such downtown full skyline views like we have here in Potrero Hill. This was quite the, I guess, eye-opening experience here to see how hilly it is here. I mean, you can see how steep I'm going right now, but where we're situated just has that complete vista of the city that you really don't find when you're closer to downtown, which makes sense. I mean, we kind of have a wide angle view from here, right? But wow, I was very shocked to see this. I am very shocked. We have a nice house here. And yeah, there it is, the whole downtown pretty much. And we've reached Arkansas and Mariposa Street. Thank you so much for joining me on this walk through the fabulous Potrero Hill neighborhood, everyone, with its stunning views of the city skyline. Views I've never seen before, the best in the city by far, is in my opinion. And please remember to like and subscribe. I also have memberships if you'd like to sign up for exclusive content. Just hit that $ sign or the join button. All right, see you on the next one. Bye for now.